Whereas human trafficking is a pervasive and devastating crime that affects individuals, families, and communities across the United States, and whereas in most recently completed year 2024, an estimate 17,000 potential victims of human trafficking were identified nationwide, representing only a fraction of those who suffer in silence. And whereas human trafficking takes many forms, with employees accounting for 43% of traffickers, family members representing 26%, and intimate partner representing 22%, demonstrating the complex relationships and the power dynamics that often trap victims in cycles of exploitation. And whereas the Domestic Violence Association of Central Kansas, also known as DVAC, provides direct services to 6 human trafficking survivors in 2024, including 5 individuals from Saline County and 1 from Sedgwick County. And whereas 5 survivors were residents of Salina and 1 was a resident from Wichita, reflecting that human trafficking can impact both rural and urban communities within our region. And whereas DVAC remains committed to offering crisis intervention, advocacy, safety planning, housing support, trauma-informed services to survivors of human trafficking, while also partnering with local, state, and national organizations to raise awareness and strengthen communities' response. And whereas all community partners play a vital role in preventing trafficking, supporting survivors, and creating a safer environment where exploitation is not tolerated. Now, therefore, DVAC hereby recognizes January 2026 as Human Trafficking Awareness Month and encourages residents, service providers, and community partners to increase awareness, support survivors, and join DVAC in taking action to end human trafficking in all its forms. Whereas stalking is a serious crime that often is a hidden crime that affects an estimate of 13.5 million people in the United States each year, and whereas stalking is commonly perpetrated by someone the victim knows, with 42% of victims stalked by acquaintances and 40% by a current or former intimate partner. And whereas stalking behaviors frequently involve both digital and physical methods, with 80% of victims stalked by technology and 67% stalked in person. And whereas in 2024, the Domestic Violence Association of Central Kansas, also known as DVAC, served 40 stalking victims, including survivors from Cloud, Dickinson, Saline, and McPherson counties, as well as out-of-state clients. And whereas the victims resided across the region, including Concordia, Harrington, Abilene, Salina, New Cambry, and Mount Ridge, illustrating that stalking impacts both rural and urban communities. And whereas DVAC remains dedicated to providing safety planning, advocacy, and trauma-informed services, while working with community partners to raise awareness and prevent stalkings in all its form. Now, therefore, DVAC hereby recognizes January 2026 as Stalking Awareness Month and encourages all residents to learn the signs of stalking, support survivors, and work together to create a safer community.